Are you looking for the best snowblower 2024? The only 5 best snowblower you should consider today review, Buying Guide. Buying Guide? In this video, we will look at some of the best snowblower 2024. The only 5 best snowblower you should consider today review, Buying Guide, on the market. For more details, price click product link, please check the description below. Before we get started with our video, Number 1. Ego Power Cordless Single Stage Snowblower. After using the Ego Power auger, propelled snowblower on our own 2-car driveway and sidewalk with 4 inches of snow and 7 8-inch snow drifts, we found it to be an excellent budget-friendly battery-operated model. Even for a first-time snowblower user, this model was easy to set up. It only took us 10 minutes. Easy to start, thanks to the electric push button start, and easy to operate with intuitive controls. It's a single-stage electric model, so it's less powerful than the 2-stage options on this list or some gas-powered models. Since it is not self-propelled, it had trouble with some turns in deeper snow. However, this is the best choice if you don't need to clear feet of snow often and don't have the space to store a big, bulky snowblower. We appreciated that the auger's speed could be easily adjusted to handle heavier snowfalls and that the discharge chute could be turned 180 degrees to control where and how far the snow is thrown, up to 35 feet away. When the wind chill was below 25, we found that adjusting the chute lever required a bit of effort, and we had to keep our fingers firmly on the handle as we turned it to prevent the device from turning off, which took a little practice to do. Thanks to the push button, if it did turn off, it was easy to restart. The mower comes with 2 5.0 batteries, both of which are used at once during operations. We found that the included battery charger swiftly replenishes the battery, but it only has 1 slot, so you can only charge 1 battery at a time. However, this may not be an issue if you have other Ego tools that use the same type of battery and have an extra charger or battery. When we tested the snowblower, each battery drained to half capacity after about 15 minutes of constant use. This model also has 2 LED headlights for low light visibility and a 5-year warranty. Number 2. Ego Power Cordless 2 Stage Snowblower. For a powerful yet easy-to-use battery-operated snowblower, we recommend the Ego Power 2 Stage Snowblower. This self-propelled 24-inch model stood out for its random variable, speed control, and ease of assembly. Plus, we appreciated the included dual battery charger for the 2 7.5 batteries that give the machine a long operating span. In fact, we tested this self-propelled 24-inch machine on a short driveway and about 60 yards of smooth and bumpy sidewalk, some of which had a 30-degree slope. After 45 minutes, we still had half the power left in both batteries. Similarly to our best budget pick, which was also by Ego, setting up and assembling the machine took 10 minutes less than uncrating it. All we needed to do was attach the handles with the supplied bolts and knobs and the disposal chute, which was neatly attached via a perfectly fitting strut. The only tool we needed was a 1932 wrench to adjust the ski shoes for optimum elevation of the scoop on the pavement. Within 15 minutes, we were ready to tackle the snow. This UN-405 model operates similarly to the manufacturer's self-propelled lawnmowers by simultaneously holding down the centrally located safety button and the auger control lever on the right side of the operation handle. The variable speed motor, which is not governed by defined stops and is controlled by a thumb-operated lever on the left side of the handle, gave us fine-tuned control, making it easy to travel uphill and down. The machine can propel itself with the auger off. Turning it on a narrow sidewalk was easier than its 145-pound weight would have led us to believe. A central lever on the operations handle let us swivel the chute to put the snow where we wanted it. An additional lever enabled us to adjust how far we threw snow up to a huge distance of 50 feet away. It took a little elbow grease to do this in sub-freezing temperatures, but not enough to call it an issue. Overall, we think this is a great 2-stage snowblower that provides enough power for those with many surfaces to clear or experience more or heavier snow each year. If your needs are less, you may want to consider Ego's 21-inch single-stage model, our best budget pick, which costs nearly $1,000 less for many of the same features. Number 3. Ego Power 2, Stage 24. The steel frame power is very much like gas-powered units of its size, except for the electric motor and 256-volt 7.5 of batteries. Those two things give the power some distinct advantages in the noise and weight departments, being both quieter and lighter than its gas-fueled counterparts. Using it won't hurt your hearing or wake the neighbors, and you won't be laboring to move it around in the garage to store. Ego claims a runtime long enough to clear an 18-car driveway. That's an area about 130 by 12 feet, of 8 inches of snow. This may be true with light, dry powder, but keep in mind the heavier and wetter the snow, the shorter the runtime, clearing our test area of sawdust, significantly heavier than all but the wettest snow, used up between 25 and 30% of the battery. It's important to note we operated the auger in turbo mode to throw the sawdust as far as possible, a distance of 31 feet, but it does have variable speed control, so you can adjust the auger as needed for the conditions and to preserve battery. Using the power is a breeze. With a differential in the axle and its relatively lightweight, we found it very easy to maneuver. We like how freely the discharged chute moves through its 200-degree arc, but with a separate control for the deflector, it's not as quick to adjust on the fly. Other features include 4 LEDs, adjustable plastic skid shoes that want more garage floor coatings or walkway pavers, and adjustable handle height. The power is one of very few cordless snowblowers with 2 stages, and overall, we were impressed with its capabilities. It threw wet sawdust well, which means it will have no problems in real snow. Number 4. Ego Power 21 in the snowblower. Ego claims its 21-inch power snowblower can throw snow up to 40 feet with a 180-degree adjustable chute, which is pretty far for a cordless machine. In the wet sawdust test, we were able to throw 24 feet with the heavier dense material. Longer distances are certainly achievable with lighter, drier snow. It took the power 4 minutes 16 seconds to clear the sawdust down to pavement in our area test. Like most single-stage blowers, the power is not self-propelled, so we needed to push it into the snow. In our dense, heavy sawdust, that required some effort in order to make forward progress. It's not a bad thing, though, as it makes it easier to prevent the machine from digging in too deep and bogging down. In very wet or ice-packed snow, we expect you'll have to put in a similar effort. The power has a variable speed auger, so we were able to adjust speed for the conditions and conserve battery when less power was needed. There isn't too much to worry about in the battery department, since it comes with 2.5 of batteries, enough to clear 8 inches of snow on a 12-car driveway. That's 6 cars long by 2 cars wide. The power comes with a dual-port charger, so the 2 batteries can be charged simultaneously to get you ready for the next round faster. Ego rounds things out with front-mounted LEDs for low light and dark conditions, plus an easy folding handle for stowing the unit when not in use. Number 5. Worx Power Share 20 and 40-volt snowblower. This 20-inch 40-volt model from Worx is among the smallest snowblowers we've tested. Its size and folding handle make it ideal for homes without a lot of storage. And since it's cordless, you can even store it in the bottom of a closet. The unit comes equipped with LED lights, in case you have to be up before the sun to dig out. If you do, its quiet battery power means you won't wake anyone up doing so. The Power Share has an intake depth of 10 inches and a width of 20 inches, but it will be rare. You'll be able to take full advantage of both. Our testing was a little hard on this single-stage machine. The heavy, dense, wet sawdust was difficult for it to process. On a couple of occasions, pushing too hard stalled the paddle auger. We quickly learned how much load we could handle without it coming to a stop. With it, we were able to clear our test area in just under 7.5 minutes, which is on par with similar models we've tested, and it's still better than shoveling. In light, drier snow conditions, we expect much better performance from the Worx machine. Real snow is much more slippery than wet sawdust and will move through the machine more easily. Nevertheless, we were able to match the claimed throwing distance of 20 feet with the remotely operated chute during our testing with the sawdust. The 4 batteries should last long enough, about 30 minutes, to clear a sidewalk or short driveway of 3 to 6 inch deep snow. So a good snow clearing strategy would be to go out when it hits 3 or 4 inches and clear it quickly, then repeat as necessary. Just remember, wetter, denser snow will run down the battery quicker.